Hi, Jamie. Hi, Tanya. I'm looking down here because this is where I have my monitor, and then I can read here and I can talk here. Hello. How you guys doing? I'm going to get you a little further down here. Did someone say giveaway? Sue, you're awesome. Yes, I am giving away. I'm giving away this little deck of Rider-Waite cards and a couple of readings. You know what? My allergies have cleared up around my face. My nose was swollen, my eyes were swollen. My eyes still feel itchy, so I don't have a lot of makeup on, but I'm feeling a little bit better. But unfortunately, today I'm fevering, so I'm hoping that I've just got some sort of a cold that is going to go away. Hi, Tiara from Australia. Hello. I know the allergies have just been the worst. It's been awful. Aw, you're worried about me. Thank you. It's nice to be worried about. Aw, thank you, Jamie. How are you guys all doing? How is everybody? I hope everybody's well. Nobody's sick. Like I said, I had a bit of a fever last night and an upset stomach, and I was thinking that maybe I should, um, just take it easy. So I put this off for one day, this live, and I just had a really good sleep, but I'm still not feeling great. I feel a little feverish today. I'm only 1 degree above, so I'm not worried about it too much, but oh, migraines are awful. Everybody's family is good. Nobody's down with that silly virus. Oh, Nova Scotia. Darlene, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about everything that's going on in Nova Scotia. I hope you weren't near to there, and I hope no one that you know was involved there. That's, it's so awful. For anybody who hasn't seen the news from Canada, all you guys around the world, there was a mass shooting in Nova Scotia. Um, uh, yeah, there's a mass shooting in Nova Scotia, so Canada's kind of in mourning for them. Yeah, it's awful. It's something that we don't experience often here in Canada because we have gun laws here, right? So this is very out of the ordinary for us. We don't usually get mass shootings like this, but it was 22 people and a police officer, and it was really awful. But yeah, it was really horrible. Oh, Woodstock, very cool. Hi, Marka. Just waiting for the room to fill up a little bit. We got about 30 people. I think when we get to about 40, we should be able to start. And hello from Cleveland, Ohio. I've been to Cleveland. That's cool. Hi, Katie. And Stacy. Yeah, it is sad, Stacy. Philly. That's one place I really got to go before I die. Philadelphia. That and New York. I really need to see New York. Has anybody been to Canada? Cincinnati. Cool. Cleveland, Chicago. Oh, I would love to go to Chicago. You guys are being really hit hard by the flu there, though, aren't you? You're being hit there really hard from um, by the coronavirus. Peace, love, and tattoos. Hello from. Is that from Arizona? Because I have family that vacations in Arizona every year in Yuma, Denmark. Wow, very cool, Denmark. I have a friend here that is from Denmark. You've not been to Canada. You live in the center part of Illinois. I've not yet been to Illinois, Jamie, but you want to come to Canada when it's warm. You want to come between like April and August, something like that. Oh, New Brunswick. Yay, more Canadians. That's good. What are you guys drinking? Are you snacking? Are you drinking? What are you doing? I was thinking of getting a glass of wine, and then my stomach said no. You were planning a trip to Niagara Falls, Canada side didn't happen. Oh, that's too bad. Niagara Falls is beautiful. Hello, Philippines! Yay! My favorite people. Yes, my very, very best friend is from the Philippines. Hello, Smiley. Becky, hello. Emerald Coast of Florida. Hi, Margot. You're having tea. Oh, I should have had tea. I should have made tea. Oh my goodness, I didn't. 34. I wonder how long we should wait, you guys. 34 people. Hello, greetings from Massachusetts. Cool. That's very cool. Margot Rose eating pizza. You could share, Margot. When pizza's bad, it's a little bit good even when it's bad. California, beautiful day. Well, it's always beautiful in California. Although, you know what? I think I'd like to visit there, but I must have my seasons. I must have winter and fall. I must have my seasons. I don't know that I could live without my seasons. Sean Parkin, hello. Baltimore. Smiley Guerrero. That's oh, you're so sweet. Brazilian from Thailand. Wow. Oh, that's you, Fernando. And I know someone who travels to Thailand quite a bit. Um, all four seasons in Northern California. Oh, in Northern California. I didn't know that you had all four seasons there. That's kind of cool. I'm in Canada and I am in a province that is about 2 hours from the border between Canada and the US. So the first state next to us is North Dakota. I'm not doing any readings today, no. No, not at all. You guys can ask me anything you want, but I'm not reading anything today. I just came here to do some giveaways for a couple of readings, and this deck of cards here. I'm going to send them out to whoever wins them. We'll do the picking for the my brains, you guys. Sorry. We'll pick for the hour readings first. Kansas. I've been to Kansas. I was in Topeka actually, and I was there during a tornado warning, which was kind of freaky. Uh, Syracuse, New York. Very cool. I'm gonna go to New York, but I'm gonna go at Christmas time so I can see all the lights. I know you would love to win a reading. You know what I think, you guys? I think I'm going to start doing this every month. I think I'm going to give away 2 readings every month at the end of every month. Because there are so many people that really want readings that can't afford to get readings. And so I think I'm going to start giving away 2 month. Indigo, you're amazing. We'll see. Sometimes I'll give away 2 1-hour readings, and sometimes I'll give away 4 30-minute readings. Who asked about Canada? Traveling Tanya. Thought I saw somebody ask something. Hang on. Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? Can you hear me all right? Well, for this particular one, I chose from people. I gave everybody places to go. Like I told them that I would like them to like a video. I'd like them to subscribe to the channel. And then the last thing is to subscribe to, hi, Triple S. Last thing was to subscribe to my subscribe to my Instagram. That's it. Sorry. I don't have any words. Yes, so I think that what I will do is I will run probably to Slightly Sweet Scorpio. Hello. I think I'll run to, give away a couple of months. Why not? It's always good to do that. Hello, new sub. Well, hello, Boo Boo Kitty. Thank you for subbing. Thanks so much. All right, so we've got 45 people. I said we'd start at 40, so I've got a bowl full of your names here, you guys. I've been spent almost 2 hours combing through all my stuff to find out who I should be adding into this contest. And so I've got a bowl here full of people. There's 153 people that are in this bowl right now, so we're going to pick from that. So we're going to start with picking for a 1-hour reading. It's a free 1-hour reading, and it is not including Sun, Moon, or Rising. It is just a 60-minute reading, and the 60-minute reading will be that. Now, I don't know if you guys know the difference between the 30-minute and the 60-minute readings, but in the 60-minute readings, I do a regular reading and then I clarify everything. We use 4 or 5 decks. We get very in depth in a 1 hour reading. Hi, John. And And oh, John says he's not in the bowl. Not this time, John. Maybe next time. And so the 1 hour reading is very in depth. It's about clarifying, cards. It's 4 or 5 decks. You get an outcome. So it's quite an in-depth reading. A 30-minute reading is just really the reading that I do in general, the general reading that I do. I do that for a person's energy. And then if I have time, I do some clarifications, but really that's all the 30-minute reading is for. And that's good because sometimes people just have 2 or 3 questions that they want answers and that they want answers for. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna start here, guys. I got the bowl. So I'm going to go in here. The first one is for a 60-minute reading, and it is for somebody doing a drum roll over there. Wait, I got to get the old grannies on here. It is Twisted Scorpio Paranormal. That's what it is. If you can see that, Twisted Scorpio Paranormal. That is that's the first 1 hour reading. Thank you. So that's a 1 hour reading. So I will post these names here so the people can email me to pick up their prizes. And next one. Next one is sorry, it is Yaya Say 9. There we go. Yaya Say 9. That is a 1 hour reading. Okay. And come on, me. And then last one is Fernando. Are you still here, Fernando? Are you still here, Fernando? Fernando's got the Fernando's got the cards. Maybe he just popped in and popped out. But Fernando, you need to email me and send me your address so I can mail these out to you. Unfortunately, the mail isn't going very quickly because of, everybody's mail systems, I think, are overloaded because of all the shopping online and ordering online and all of that stuff. So going forward, guys, not starting in April, but starting in May, we'll be doing a giveaway of 2 1 hour readings every month. We'll do that. Any questions? What should we talk about, guys? We have a little bit of time. What are my psychic abilities? Well, I don't consider myself psychic, Becky. I am very intuitive. I am an empath for sure. So I feel vibrations of people. So if I'm sitting with my back to the door, I can feel good and bad energy coming in the door. And so as a result, whenever I'm in a public place, I never sit with my back to the door. My back is always to the wall. So just because I need to see what's coming at me, because when you get the feeling of bad energy coming up your back, it's not fun. The other thing I am is what I've realized is that I'm clairaudient, which means that I can hear things. And sometimes while I'm doing card readings, while I'm reading, sometimes I will hear answers. And so that's clairaudiency. And I've learned, what I've learned? I've learned is that I was always clairaudient, but I just didn't ever push those things out my mouth because Viviani, thank you. I never pushed those things out my mouth because I thought, where did that thought come from? That's kind of weird. And then I just carried on. I didn't say anything, but now I've learned that I need to push them out my mouth because it means something to somebody. So, clairaudient and clairvoyant, I see things too. So as you use your gifts, as you use them, they become more sharp. And what I found is that while I'm in a reading, especially, yeah, that's right, yeah, visions. And so while I'm in a reading, it sometimes will happen in a general reading, not very often, but a lot of the time it happens when I'm in a private reading that I'll be shuffling cards. It usually happens when I'm zoned in on shuffling cards, and when it shuffles, I can sometimes see pictures, and I've been very, very accurate with some of the pictures and scenes that I've seen in private readings. So it's been quite the journey for me. It's very, very odd because I never really knew that I had that kind of those kinds of gifts. It's kind of odd. Somebody asked about snow. We do not have snow here in Canada. Well, in central Canada, in my city anyway. We got rid of our snow probably, well, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and it's been trying to snow ever since. But today we got our first rain, and it smelled so beautiful. I don't know if those of you who don't, who live in places um, where you don't have seasons, and it is just such a treat to be able to smell the rain coming down, because in the winter time there is no rain, and I miss the smell of rain so much. But in the fall time, I love the fall so much, and I really don't hate a winter at all. I really don't. It gets cold, but it's beautiful. Winter is a beautiful time. Um, um, Somebody said that they were having visions while they slept. And this is how it started for me, is I would have visitors while I slept. One time I was sleeping next to somebody, and I started talking in my sleep, and the person I was sleeping next to said, um, oh, Danielle, yes, yeah, yeah. I'm in Manitoba too. But I was sleeping next to that person, and that person said, what are you talking about? And I caught myself saying yes. And I just said to that person, I just said, sometimes people ask me for things in my dreams and I answer. I didn't know what else to say. I know it sounds a little freaky, but it's the truth. That's how it is. Sometimes people ask for things, and I have to answer, and sometimes that keeps me up at night. Well, that's good. I love the rain. The smell of the rain has been just wonderful. Um, yeah, and yeah, exactly. Who was saying that they were having, somebody was saying that they were having visions at night. That's the most common time to have your visions, actually. And if you're having those visions and you're actually having conversation with those people, um, um, you're having conversations with those people, then it's likely that you have some sort of clairaudient clairvoyancy, but you just aren't able to work it out in the 3D world. Like, not you can do it in the 5D, and a lot of people can, but it's hard to bring it into the 3D. Eating dinner, good. Four Seasons in Northern California, nice. Um, where are we here? Trying to catch up with you guys. You're so fast. Hang on. Syracuse, New York, Florida. What else do we got here? Geez, you guys are like way ahead of me here. What am I doing? There we go. Maria from New Jersey. Do I ever read messages from departeds with cards? You know, I don't intend to do that. I don't intend to read messages from the departed, but sometimes it turns out that way. I was giving a reading it's probably about 3 months ago to a lady, and as I was shuffling the cards, I saw someone in a kitchen, and I described the kitchen, and down to the tears in the blinds, or in the things that, not blinds, but she had curtains, tears in the curtains, and the color of the curtains. And hi, Donna. And I explained that she was standing at the window drinking a cup of coffee and looking out the window, and that there was someone standing with her, and that person looked like they were ready to go out in the morning for golf, like they'd been dressed for golf in the morning, green shirt and beige pants, and that the person was kind of balding. And she said to me, after I had done her reading and told her that information, she had told me that her and her husband would have their first cup of coffee, every morning standing at that window in the kitchen watching the hummingbirds come for, they would put out fresh feed for the hummingbirds. And that's where they would stand and have their first coffee. However, her husband had passed away 9 months previous. So that was the closest I ever got to talking to someone about a loved one who had passed. I saw him standing there, and they buried him in his golf clothes, by the way. They weren't the colors that I said, but they did bury him in his golf clothes with his favorite putter, which is kind of cool. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't show. I don't know what's going on with the lives. But Donna, I'm so sorry about everything going on in Nova Scotia. I hope nobody that you know was involved in that. And um, we're really heartbroken here in the rest of the country for you guys. I'm really sorry that you guys had to go through that and all that loss out there in Nova Scotia. Yeah, smiley. You've been seeing repeating numbers, Black Ramses, and yes, yes. No, you're not going crazy seeing that. You're not at all going crazy seeing that. That is how you know that you begin to wake up, you guys. You're going to see successions of numbers. 111. You'll see, you'll just happen to look at the clock and it's 11:11. Um, um, Are you rinsing clothes, Smiley? So yeah, it's you'll be seeing successions of numbers, and this is the way that you know that you are opening up to spirit. That's how you know that you are actually waking up. And so if you just find that you're just looking at the clock randomly and it's 111 or 11:11 or 333 or 222 or successions of numbers like 1010, 303, 101, if you're seeing those all the time, hi Scorpio 72, much love back to you, sweetheart. If you see those all the time, then you're beginning to wake up. So Becky, I would suggest that when you see those numbers, go to the internet and Google them. So for me at the beginning, mostly it was finding them on the clock. So I would Google, why am I seeing 222 on the clock? Why am I seeing 11:11 on the clock? And it would tell me why. And so that's really the best way to do it, is to find out that way that you're opening up. Yeah, 1010 is a really good one, Ramses. Um, and yeah, that's an indication that your spirits and your guides are trying to get a hold of you. How do you pull a person's energy before reading? And if you haven't met them, oh, okay, so that's a fair question. Um, like for me, how do you know tapping into me? Well, because we're all energy, right? And I'm not the one giving you the answers, the universe is. So the universe knows your junk. And I actually tap into the universe. So I believe the things that they tell me. And when I deal the cards, I get messages clairaudiently and clairvoyantly about you. So I don't really know you. I will sometimes feel a certain energy, but I'm tapping into spirit, and spirit knows you inside and out. And so that's how I am getting information about you, even when we have never seen each other or felt each other's energy. Um, Let me take a look here. Somebody said something. Do I burn sage? Do I do a spiritual cleanse after readings? Yes. You read cards and sometimes you feel you have a clear environment and sometimes you don't. Exactly. Hang on a second here. There we go. These are the things that keep me safe. So I have this one here. It is a mixture of sage and pine, and it is for malevolent spirits. And so if I feel like there is something bad in my midst, I will burn that one. But this one is sage. It's white sage. This one is white sage as well. And so the white sage is to clear energy. I use these to clear my cards. Well, my very best friend in the whole world, one of my very first best friends, she is Aboriginal, she's Indigenous, and so I learned these skills from her father. And so I will do my hands first, and then I will pull it to my forehead so I get good thoughts. Then I'll pull it to my eyes so I only see good things. Pull it to my mouth so I only speak good things. Pull it to my ears. Pull it to my throat. Pull it to my heart, and then the rest of me. And that is how I clear my energy. When I clear the cards, I take my cards and I just clear them essentially just by wrapping the sage around them to clear their energy. And after I'm finished doing the white sage, and by the way, I white sage at home about every 2 or 3 days. Um, hey, happy birthday, Bill. And so I sage at home about every 2 or 3 days. And what I do is I go around all of the um, um, I go around all of my door frames. So first of all, I open windows because if you're trying to get bad energy out, you need to have a window open so they can escape if they don't want to be here when you start burning the white sage. So, because you don't want to trap anything that does not want to be here. I'm telling you that. So I will go ahead and do all the door frames, and I will do all the windows, and I will say a prayer in between. Now, it doesn't have to be any specific prayer. Hi, Marie J. It doesn't have to be any specific prayer. I just ask for the blessings and the protection of the Creator, and I ask any spirits who do not want to be here, or any malevolent spirits to leave. That only good energy is allowed in my home, and that's really how I bless my home. Now, once I've done that, then I go in with the Palo Santo, and the Palo Santo is more of a wood that you burn, and that will invite good spirits back in. So, yep, I do have a ritual that I do to keep myself clean because I know people who don't, and it can get pretty dicey. Yeah, it can. Oh, 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 I just saw. Did you guys just see that orb? Very cool. Very, very cool. You know what? I have an orb, you guys. And when you go to play this back, remember the time. What's the time? Oh, I can't see the time. 27:03 is when the orb came by. I have an orb, a very small orb that comes through the screen. It goes down my face, usually across here, and then down my shoulder. And I've seen it many times. So if you guys go back and on the replay and take a look at it, you'll see it. It's very cool. It's the teeniest, tiniest orb. It's very cool. It's interesting that I was just talking about saging. Oh, there's my Paul. You guys, Paul Durant, that's my boyfriend. Say hi. Hi, Paul Durant. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So anyways, when you go back on the replay, maybe you'll see that orb. What else am I missing here? You guys, Paul is he's a musician, and I've been trying to convince him to open up a YouTube page. So he is the guy that does my intro. He did my intro, where the light goes across and it says 10 Cups Tarot. He actually made that himself. He actually took the pictures of the flame. Like, he's just so incredibly talented, but he took the pictures of the flame and he put it all together. It's very cool. So I've been trying to convince him, because he has a Bachelor of Music. He's incredibly smart. So I've been trying to convince him to open up a YouTube page so he could teach music, because he is just like, he's got it. He's just the acute ear, and he's just incredibly smart. Yeah, so that will be coming up soon. I'll let you guys know when that's coming up too, because he will teach you right from the bottom up. He's taught me how to listen to music very differently, right from the bottom up instead of the top down, if that makes sense. Yeah, very, very cool. Yes, he should do it. You're correct. Did I miss any other questions? Is anybody else seeing repeating numbers lately? I noticed I've been seeing it. I see it more around the full moons. Do you see it at any specific time? Because I see it usually around the full moons. Becky Peel, you said you're very close with a friend and that has recently discovered she's empathic and it's really affecting her. Where can she get counseling? You know what? The best thing to do is to get counseling. Find a psychologist, someone who can teach her how to manage her energy. That's really the best thing to do. That's what I did. I spoke to a psychologist for probably 6 or 8 years until I could get it all balanced. Lou, I think the 333 means that whatever you've been asking for is on its way to you. And the 1111 is that all is well. So just a message from your spirits telling you that all is well. Oh, Zany Brainy, I have Florida water too. Actually, Sue, who is just in this room here, Sue gave me this for a home home gift. I had moved into a new home, so I have Florida water too. I use it to clean my hands as well. 444, you'll have to Google that. 444, I believe, is something to do with your angels and guides are near. Um, what is my interpretation of the Emperor card? It's been coming out a lot lately. Well, depending on all the cards that come out with the Emperor card, first of all, if you're an Aries, that's you, right? The Emperor. That's the Emperor energy. If you are not a male, then the Emperor energy is an energy of taking control. So taking control. You're welcome, Carrie, and you're beautiful as well. Um, it's about taking control of a situation for the most part. And if you are an emperor, you could be an Aries if you're an emperor. The other thing is that the emperor is a father and is also someone who is a business owner, someone who is like a president or a vice president, someone who is who started the business. Because the emperor, he gives advice to the empire. That means all the kings. He advises all the kings. So the emperor is someone who is taking charge, someone who is a father, someone who is spiritual, someone who takes care of all the money. He has all of the um, all of the all of the things that the kings have, and then some. So if it's anyone else, it's usually about taking charge of a situation that requires it. Wait a second here. Just going to. Maria, you're right. He should have a YouTube channel because he's not only smart, he's cute. He's not hard to look at. What is it when you see in your dreams? Well, Alban, that depends. I have a brother that passed away, and sometimes I will see him on the end of my bed playing his music. He was a musician, so sometimes I'll see that. I dreamt about one of my very good friends from a workplace I had been at the other night. I do dream about people who have passed, but mostly it's about situations and things I'm supposed to learn. Um, oh, I'm a cuspy too. I'm actually an Aries Taurus cusp. How's that? Aries Taurus. Hmm. Yeah, I think so, Jamie. Taking charge is most likely it, unless the person you're reading for is actually an Aries and is male, because it's predominantly male energy. So, but a female could have that energy because we all have male and female sides to us, right? We all have both divine energies. So, and some of us use our female energy more than our male energy, and some of us more male than female. And it really does depend on who you're reading for. What else here? Do you know what you've been told that what kind of a cusp are you, WW? WW? What is your cusp? You're the 23rd of November, so you're likely somewhere around Capricorn, maybe? I don't know, you'd have to Google it. Google your date of birth and say, is November 23rd a cusp? And it'll tell you whether and what kind of cusp you're on. Oh, okay. So yeah, you're Sag Capricorn. Yeah, makes sense. Makes total sense. Yeah, a strong babe is an emperor, correct. Very strong. Someone who is a fire sign, right? It doesn't really have to be an Aries, but someone who is a fire sign. I'm looking back here, guys. Hang on. Are any of you guys readers? Do you guys want to read or do you read? With your twin. What's a cusp? Black Ramsey's cusp is when you are born either 5 days before or 5 days after when your birth date. So, for instance, I'm April 24th. That's my birth date. The Taurus sign begins on April 20, but 5 days previous to that, it is Aries. And so, because I'm born 5 days after the 20th of April when Taurus starts, that makes me part predominantly Taurus, but part Aries as well, because I was born on the cusp 5 days before and 5 days after the sign begins. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Do you see my flowers? How pretty are they? Gerber daisies. I got these from Paul's sister, came with his nieces and gave me these. Aren't they beautiful? Ah, that's the first part of it, Carrie Berry. Yeah, that's the first part. Knowing intuitively what the cards mean. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Slightly Sweet. Yes, exactly. It's not bad enough that I'm a Taurus, but I got to be stuck as an Aries as well, and we're both fixed signs. So I'm not only wanting to get my way, but I'm also the leader. It's really, I find it really hard to read for myself. Um, yeah, I mean, it can't hurt for you to try doing your own YouTube channel. My only suggestion, if you're doing a YouTube channel, is to make sure that you've got 4 or 5 videos that you do and push them out all at the same time, so people know that you're sort of on the board. Thanks, Maria. Um, and just continually push out. At the beginning, it's all about pushing out content, so you need to push out probably at least 2 videos a day at the beginning, just so you can get yourself into the algorithm so people know that you're out there. It's a good idea. Becky Peel, you say you're a Libra and a Scorpio, and um, what a great combination of Scorpio and Libra. My Paul is a Libra, and his mom is a Scorpio. And Scorpios are so very much go with the flow, and Libras are very creative and creative and great speakers. They're intellectual, they're smart, and that's a really good combination to be on a cusp with. Um, yeah, and Carrie, make sure if you're going to do a YouTube channel, make sure it has the word tarot in it somewhere. Just because that's one of the mistakes I made at the beginning. I didn't put tarot in the name of my channel, so make sure that you do that at the beginning. Thank you, Boo Boo Kitty. Scorpio and Sag, fire and water. But what's fire and water? Temperance, right? Fire and water is balance. Um, Libra wants the Scorpio clause, right? Right. um, you wouldn't even know where to start about reading. You're just wrapping up your head. Well, Ramses, there's lots of videos on YouTube. If you just just search for how do I read tarot cards. There is a lot of information on YouTube about how to read the ones and the twos and the threes and the fours, because all the different numbers mean something different, and then you start to learn the signs themselves and what they mean, and then after that you start to be intuitive. I would say, Ramses, if you think that you can read, I would suggest you go to wherever, if you want to go somewhere in your hometown, or go to Amazon and just buy a deck of cards and sleep with them, unwrap them, maybe shuffle them a little bit, put them back in the box, and sleep with them anywhere in your bed for a couple of weeks so they get your energy, and then go back to them. And if you can read them, if you kind of know what they mean without looking at the booklet that comes with them, I think you're good to go. It's all about practice. It's like any other muscle, you guys. You just have to stretch it. We're all intuitive. You just have to stretch the muscle. That's it. Scorpio 72, water signs are optimal for wanting to read. I'm a Taurus moon. I'm sorry, I'm a Taurus sun. I am a Sagittarius rising, but I'm a Pisces moon. And so that's where my intuitive side comes from, is from the water sign, because water is a conductor of energy. So, oh, I love me some Cancer, Deanna Roberts. Yeah, cancers are fun. They're fun just to have fun with. They're kind of, how can I say, they're kind of a don't give two shits kind of a personality. They'll just tell you what they're thinking. I like that about them. Plus, they're really great. How can I say? What's the word? Uh, Intimate partners. Cancers are great. Um, What does it say about you when your sun and your ascending are opposite? Well, what is your sun, Sophie? You're a Scorpio, right, Sophie? Sagittarius Sun, Scorpio Rising, Aquarius Moon. Aw, thank you for loving my channel. What about interested in Reiki healing? You know what, Ramses? I didn't believe in Reiki. For the longest time, I thought I didn't know what to think about it. I didn't believe in it at all. But I can tell you that I do have a friend who is a Reiki master, and she asked if I would come support her business by having a Reiki session. And I didn't go because I believed in Reiki. I went because I wanted to support my friend's business. And when I got on the table and she gave me my first session, I thought, okay, well, I feel relaxed. I feel probably more relaxed than I've been in a while, but really that was it. Then she said, you know what? You have some blockages. You have a throat chakra block. You have a sacral block in your sacral chakra. You should probably come back and get some clearing done. I said, okay. So again, it took about 6 weeks and I went back and got clearing done. You know what? She cleared that throat chakra. And probably that week was the week I was able to ask my husband for a divorce. I was never able to do that. For 5 years, I was looking to get out of my marriage and I couldn't do it. And she removed that blockage. And after that, I am sold. I am sold because she helped remove the the energetic block that I was experiencing. I couldn't speak up. Ooh, lots of fire chemical. Sharmika. Sorry, Shamika. Maybe Sharmika. I hope I'm saying it right. You said you're a Scorpio Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. Wow, you've got lots of fire. um, yeah, that happens a lot, Ramses. It happens a lot when people aren't really sure why they are getting that information, but they are, and they don't know what to do with it. Deanna, you said if you're being spiritually called to lead and teach, but you are pulled in so many ways, what should I do to be clear? I would say, I always say to people, the best way to get your answers straight from the source is to talk to source, is to connect to whoever you connect to, whether that's God or Jesus or Buddha or Allah or whoever that is, whoever you connect to that gives you your information. I would say that's the first thing you do. You try and get your information there. Really, when you come to a reader and you want information, it's really for confirmation that you want to confirm that you're doing the right thing, confirming you're in the right direction, and maybe asking a couple of questions. But for sure, you should be going to spirit first. You shouldn't be going to a reader first. And you guys be careful because there's readers out there that will take advantage, right? You just really need to be careful with what you're doing because don't ever give your power over to anybody. Don't ever let anybody tell you something that goes against your intuition. Susan Torres, new from Mexico. Hello from New Mexico. Hello there. New Mexico is one of my favorite places. It's so beautiful. Hey, John. Um, Ramses, it sounds like you think you're intuitive, and I think it's a good thing. There aren't enough men who are connected like that, and I think it's good when men are connected. It's kind of funny because when I first met Paul, he he wasn't really sold on the whole I can read cards thing, and well, maybe he didn't give me as hard of a time as he could have, I suppose, but he really opened his mind. And once he opened his mind, then things started moving in his direction. And I think he's sold on it now. He was watching, that's what it was. He was watching some sort of a Ghost Adventures or something like that. And he wasn't sure if he could trust the information or not. And then he saw something that he knew he couldn't disprove scientifically. Jody Higgins, you say, I'm a medium. I've had so many people come to me who were taken advantage of by readers. It makes me sad too. Oh, I just saw 4444, you guys, just at the time. I'm sad too because that is really not great. The thing is this, is that you can pick up a deck of cards and you can go learn how to read. Anybody can learn how to read cards and what they say. But it is the person who is intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient. That person is going to give you more information that is a little more grounded. It's hard being empathic and you want to give them all free reads. I know, me too, Jody. It's really hard. It's really hard. And yeah, I agree. But yeah, I have people come to me who've said they've had nothing but like a bad reading or a negative reading from someone. And while I don't sugarcoat it at all, it really shouldn't all be negative because it's coming from spirit, and spirit's not going to be that negative, right? Do you know what I'm planning on doing, you guys, is maybe this fall coming up or perhaps next fall, I'm planning on traveling to locations um, where people watch me from. So I plan on traveling to, throughout the States and grabbing a hotel room somewhere and saying, here I am, come for your readings, and charging for readings out of a hotel room for a couple of days and then moving along to the next place. So I'll let you guys know when I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go and travel. Yes, I would love to come see. You said you're in Texas, right? Slightly Sweet? Yeah, so I would love to travel through the US like that. Um, it really couldn't hurt that I can meet some of my peoples face to face. Because there's a lot of people that I read for, a lot of people that I see on here that I just want to sit down and have coffee with, pick your brains. Um, Cleveland, Ohio, for sure. Yeah. Is it Cleveland or someplace else where you guys have that weird road that pulls cars along? Is that in Cleveland? Or is it another place in Ohio? Deanna, what are you tripping about? Yeah, John, for sure. After the COVID thing, I don't know if life is ever going to get back to normal, but I hope it gets back to normal a little bit. Um, you pick up energy, seeing visions and hear voices. The energy is very difficult to manage. At the beginning, it is. When you don't know how to shut it off, Ramses, it's really hard. When I was a kid, now that I'm an adult, I realized that what I was hearing and seeing was actually real. And it scares me now more than ever because when I was a kid, it didn't scare me. I would just be like, leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep, right? But when I was a kid, I would do things like my parents went to a funeral of an uncle that I loved very much. And I was 9. I fell asleep on the sofa. My parents, remember back in the, I don't know if you guys remember back in the 70s, because maybe I'm older than you, but they used to have those velour paintings, where you could like, it was like black velour and then there would be like paint in between, silver and gold paint. Well, we had one up above our fireplace, and that was a picture of like water running through. And so when it shimmered, it looked like the water was actually running through. And I remember falling asleep on the sofa that afternoon with my grandma, and when I woke up, I saw my uncle Bob sitting on the shoreline fishing, and he had his he was in a suit, but he had his pants rolled up, and his socks were sitting beside him, and they were polka dot. I remember that they were polka dot socks, and my mom told me that that's what he was buried in, was his black suit and his polka dot socks. We always used to bug him about his socks. Cincinnati, maybe that's it then. I don't think it was Cleveland, Carrie. I think it was one of the other places in Ohio. What are we looking at here? Polka dot socks. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, Jamie, then you're in my age group. I'm 52, by the way. So, so hope I'm not blowing your cover. Ah, cool. We're the same age. Right on. Okay. I don't look 30, really. Thank you so much. I definitely want to meet you. I want to hang out with you. You're good for my ego, Carrie. Oh, thank you, Smiley. Thank you. Well, that's funny that you would say that, Smiley, because women from the Philippines never age. They never get old. And I have a friend who is close to my age, and she doesn't look a day over 30. Yep, for sure. Do I know when my angels visit me, Andrea Johnson? Um, I do know sometimes that my angels are here because I do get an orb. I'll see orbs. I'll see something out of the corner of my eye. Um, I do feel my guides and angels the most when I'm doing a private reading. So to be honest, I almost feel like someone's standing behind me. I was giving a reading, it was a few weeks ago, to someone who asked me a question. She asked me if I could shed some light on something that had happened with a sibling and an uncle. That the uncle took the sibling away for a weekend and the family had suspected that there was some sinister stuff going on. And as I was reading, trying to get answers about that situation, I went from feeling like, usually I get sort of on my shoulders, I'll get like a tingly feeling. It's a good feeling. Um, that feeling went away, and I felt like something was bearing down on me. Like I felt like I was, like somebody was like looking down over me, and I was like really low when they were looking down over me, and it didn't feel good at all. So I think my spirit guides took off when this bad energy came in. So I ended up saging and using my sage that is mixed with the pine for benevolent spirits. But I've never felt anything like that since. But yes, you really don't understand the feeling of your guides and angels until they aren't there anymore, and then you understand the feelings of your guides and angels. So it's almost like unless you've experienced the dark, you can't appreciate the light. It's the same thing. You have a question about synchronicities. You see synchronized numbers, Miss Moore. Every time you look at the clock, especially 333, 444, 111, 123, 234. Wow. So, yes, that is a good sign that your angels are near. Your angels and guides are near. So, when you experience this, go to the internet. I don't know if you're seeing these on the clock or if you're seeing them any other place, but for me, I see them mostly on the clock. So sometimes I'll see 12:12 or 11:11. And when I Google that, I'll say, why am I seeing 12:12 on the clock? It'll tell me why. And it's usually because there's an angel or someone about. Um, Everywhere, especially on the clock. Okay, yeah. And I would Google them when I see them to see what that means. And there's so many of them, I never remember what they all are. But yeah, those are very common numbers to see when you're waking up to spirit. Yeah, very much. You've experienced extreme darkness and demons around me. Ooh, that's not good. I would suggest, Deanna, that you get yourself some sage if that's the case, and start saging around you and your loved ones. Um, Thank you. Beautiful skin. You know what? I really credit that to my grandmother. She is the one who, since I was very, very young, my grandma's now passed, but since I was very, very young, she was always the one who took me through a beauty regimen and always taught me that, you know, always take care of your skin because it's the only one that you have. And I'm really glad I listened because, and of course, I have good genes. Like I have people in my family who are ages in 80 and up, and they don't look a day over 60, so I just have good genes. Ramses, you're having dreams about being submerged in water. I used to have that dream a lot, actually, until I realized I could fly. Yeah, in my dream, I realized I could fly. I realized that I had control of my dreams. And when I finally, it was probably into my 20s, I realized that I could control my dreams, and I could tell myself, well, if I'm, don't like the situation, I'm just going to fly away. And I did. I don't know if you could feel your angels. Not sure if I could even take a shower again. Okay, maybe I'd have to go after a couple of days. Yeah, it can be a little bit shaking. It can be, but it's what you learn to live with. You figure it out. Um, yeah, I dream about flying all the time. It's crazy, all the time. John Sauter. It's kind of funny because in my city, we have a very well-known meteorologist. His name is John Sauter. Spells it the same way, which is really funny. So when I saw her name, I'm like, is that John Sauter? Jamie, Jamie, you said that Bloomington is close to you, about 2 hours southwest of Chicago. Bloomington, like Illinois? like Bloomington. Oh, right, because you're in Chicago, Illinois. Duh. Forget it. It's okay. I get it now. John Amari, 56. Well, you look great for 56. I could see your picture. Well, you can't really get a cusp reading, I would say, WW, but I would say that if you are a cusp, like with me, I'm an Aries Taurus cusp. So whenever I watch or get readings, I will ask about being a cusp, both Aries and the Taurus. So I watch the general readings. I have my favorites. Do you guys have your favorites on YouTube? I have my favorites as well. And I watch my favorites. And so when I watch my favorites, I'll watch the Aries reading and the Taurus reading. Some of my favorites are Sal. Um, Sal from Eat, Pray, Love. Sal is like right on the money for the most part for me, even in his general readings. Um, Aw, Donna, thank you. So Sal is I find very very intuitive. Um, yeah, Jody, I'm some kind of fiery and I'm kind of hard to handle at times. Ask Paul. Yeah, I love Sal too. Sal Biodora, he's just so wonderful, very intuitive. And I love that he is so very down to earth. He's just so very down to earth, and I really love that about him. He is, yeah, really intuitive and is always seems to have my energy. Another one that I really love is Soul Source Tarot. Jennifer from Soul Source Tarot. Do you watch her? Jennifer is one of my favorites as well. Um, the person that I go to whenever I feel like I'm blocked and I can't do my own readings, I will go to Dark Light Tarot. Um, Belle, do you know, have you guys watched that one, Dark Light Tarot? Because she's really great. She's from Australia. And she and I just seem to click. And, oh, Jamie, thank you so much. Um, she and I just seem to click. So she's one of my favorites as well. Um, what else do I have in my favorites here? I have, hi Jenna, welcome. And who else do I watch? Sometimes I'll watch Rich. Rich, do you guys know Rich? Um, who else? What's that? Deanna Roberts says, Shoppy, when someone tries to spiritually attack you and you have to rebuke it, is that past lives? It was like a lady was trying to attach a spirit to me. I have never, ever heard of that before in my life. I've never heard of that. Oh, it's funny. I just told you about Soul Source Tarot. Jennifer, she just popped up. She just put a reading up. So, no, I've never heard of that before. Someone trying to attach things to me. When you are in a space where you feel like you might be spiritually at risk, I would say don't go there. I watch constantly on YouTube. I watch people who go to places where they think they're haunted, and that can really screw you up. It can, because if you are open to it, that is not good, not good at all, and it will stick to you. Um, a reversal candle, huh? Never heard of those things. I guess I'm OG. Who's in a lockdown psych unit? Oh wow, okay. Um, you were new to readings on YouTube. You found your twin flame and you're struggling through it and found your way here for some insight. Oh, nice. That's good, Jody. Um, and yeah, no, I'm not going either, John. No. I see these people go into these places and I'm like, what are they doing? I'm like yelling at the TV, what are you doing? God, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why they do those things. Oh, you guys, I've got a fever, I think. I hope not. I feel a little warm. And I'm just saying, if it was in the lockdown of a psych unit, you might not have much to worry about. Just saying. Yes, I watch Consciousness Evolution all the time. I also watch Mike. Moon Guidance Tarot is one of my favorites, yes. And take a look here. Halo Moon Tarot is good too. You are, looks like Aries, Cancer rising. Ramses, I would say always my first instance is to say connect to spirit. They'll tell you what's what. They'll tell you what's up. They'll tell you what you need. They'll tell you which way to go. I would say follow the signs. Um, Follow the signs of what do you love to do? Is it helping people? What is it? When I was just before I started doing this, and by the way, I only started doing this as a full-time career back in October of last year, and oh, yes, Your Soul's Journey is another good one too. Lucky Tarot is also good. And so I just want to say that back in October of 2019 is when I start doing this full time. And that if it is something like reading that you're interested in, I would say that it's just something you just have to do. Just go for it and try it and see what's going to happen. It just so happened that, I had been in a corporate job for 11 years prior to that for Canada's biggest insurance company, and I was just exhausted. I was exhausted from living in that tyranny environment. It was awful, and it was very toxic. And finally, one day I just had it, and I was out. But then I came home and started reading cards because I was doing it just for fun up to that point, and I thought, well, might as well try and make a career out of it, and here I am. 20,000 members later, here I am. So you just never know what's going to work and what's not going to work. You just need to keep trying and don't give up. And if you love helping people, you might start by volunteering. And once you get into your community, into volunteer work, people will start noticing you and knowing who you are. And that's how you get your experience, and that's how you get into working in a nonprofit. So if that's what you want to do, do it. Don't wait. We only have this one life. We see COVID coming around. It could shut us down in a second. But we only have one life. I would suggest that you get on it because you need to do that now. So many tarot card readers are here with absolutely amazing. I'm truly impressed with the quality of the info. So am I. I have to tell you that the ones that I watch are so great. They're really very great. Jody's been back and forth in separation last time, August. Not in union yet. Understood. Okay. Yeah, there are so many. Ramses, you're probably right. You're probably trying to avoid it and you're not going to. I have to tell you this. When I went into work that morning that I didn't plan on quitting and I came out without a job, I won't go through the whole scenario of what happened, but I did not even have an inkling that I would quit my job that day. But sitting in the office speaking with my general manager, it was clear to me that there was nothing left for me to do there. And rather than giving them an ultimatum, I just got up and left. I just said, you know what? I think I gotta go. And she's like, gotta go? I said, yeah, I gotta leave. I'm quit. I left. I was done. Have I ever watched reads? Where did I see that? Have you ever watched reads from Mark Angelo Lyons from Drawing the Circle Productions? He's very good. No, I haven't, but thank you for that. I'm always looking for new readers to watch. And no, I haven't looked at that one yet. Yeah, I'm like 6 towers maybe. I subscribe to your channel because I like the way you talk. Clear and loud voice. Thank you. And understand clear. Always resonate. Smile always and good vibes. Well, I try and keep my vibes good because there's no reason not to, right? There's just so much going on in the world, you guys, that we just have to, if the only thing you leave on this earth is your good vibe and you teach someone else how to raise their vibration, then you've done your job. I just really feel that you see those things come through Facebook that say, happiness is great, sprinkle that shit everywhere. Sprinkle it everywhere. It's true. It's really the best way to get through life. And it's just going to give you good karma. Jody, the only way that you can do really strong reads is by practicing. So what I did was when I started reading tarot, I want to see, am I accurate or am I not? I wasn't sure. So I got together with my friends and had a tea and tarot party, which actually turned into wine and tarot party, but that's another story. So I invited a bunch of people to my home, and I have a dining room that is separate from my living room. So I said, one by one, you guys come in. I'm going to give you a reading. You tell me if I'm accurate or not, because I don't know if I am. So I had, everybody brought snacks. We had like a little potluck. We had some people drinking tea, some people drinking beer, some people drinking wine. And I read for about, 8 30-minute readings. And it was so much fun. And we had a great time. And it turned out that I was very accurate. In fact, there was one person that showed up at the party that I'd never met before, a guy. And his friends were like, go get a reading, go get a reading. And he was like this, construction worker kind of guy. And he just wasn't into that thing. But he'd had enough to drink. So he sat down. And I gave him a reading, and he just kind of broke out into tears. And I knew right then that I was on point. Yeah, unfortunately, things weren't going well for him in his life. So, the thing you got to remember is that you're dealing with people's information, which is very sensitive, and sometimes you hit little buttons that are really hard to take for them. So it's all about compassion. Thank you so much for the confirmation. I'm going to be watching from now on. Ah, cool, Ramses. Thanks, because I'm looking at your picture and you're not hard to look at either. So shh, don't tell Paul. um, hello. Hi, Tanya. It's been a while since I've watched your channel. Been struggling with separation from a TF. I don't know who that is. Tuning into your channel always seems to help me get through. If that's the only thing that I do, I'm really grateful for that. Intuitive teacup is good too. Oh, I've never had my tea leaves read. Is that what you're talking about? People tell me I'm accurate, but I feel like I'm hacking it. You know what? Some days I still feel like I'm hacking it. I'm like, it still freaks me out how accurate I am. And sometimes I'm like, did I just say that? Did that just fly out of my mouth? And you know what? The thing is that you probably are really intuitive, Jody. Just remember to push those things out of your mouth because they mean something to somebody. Well, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you found your way back here. And yeah, he's pretty easy on the eyes. I know, Jody. Where do you live, Ramses? What state are you in, honey? Are you in a state? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're in a province or another country. Jody, road trip. We're going to Ramsey's house. We got to pick up Slightly Sweet Scorpio on the way, though. She seems like a lot of fun. Get a few drinks in her, and she can be pretty wild. Oh, he's in Georgia. Wine and snacks for the road, yeah. You guys. Mark does live chats almost every day at 11 a.m. Who's Mark? At 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. Spiritual discussions, prayer, meditation, and card draws. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I need to do more programming like that for sure. I've just been, I haven't been feeling very well. These allergies have been really not great. And I have, yeah, it's just been a really weird time. COVID coming up at the time when I'm having allergies and having to get everything delivered to my house. And my son is going to be starting school, helping him make a portfolio for university. And so, yeah, it's just a lot. Yeah, you know what, John? So many Scorpios. That has been, when I first opened my channel, I could not believe that my first read for Scorpios collected like 9,000 watches. It was ridiculous. And I was like, where are all these Scorpios coming from? And to this day, it turns out, John, that Scorpios are my strongest. I always know that I'm putting up Aries, Taurus, Scorpio at the beginning of every month because you guys are, yeah, you all run in packs. That's right. Yeah, and Capricorn, hello. And I love Cappies because Cappies are very smart. Yeah, 9,000 readings, 9,000 views on one read. And that was like at the very beginning. I was like, wow. Yeah, you're right, John, very deep. And I know someone who's an Aries Scorpio, and that is a really great combination. Yeah, I always kind of cater to my Scorpios because they're my faves, because you guys helped me start my channel. Um, Yeah, I know you guys have, Phoenix. You've been through so much. You guys, your Scorpios have been through a lot. And so that's why I usually do those at the beginning. Um, because, well, not only that you guys came running and helped me open my channel, but it's that Scorpios have been having a really rough time. So I do my best. No, I never forget you, Saggies, Maria, because I'm a Sagittarius rising. So I never forget my Saggies or my Pisces, because I'm both of those as well. And yeah, so if you guys ever want to find out what your moon and rising signs are, please go to my about page. Go down to the bottom. There is a link there that says sun, moon, and rising. If you don't know the time of day you're born, just put in noon, 12 o'clock, and it will give you everything that you need to know. There's lots of information there about your signs and how they all work together to make who you are. Also, once you figure out who you are, you can then go find out who you're compatible with. So yeah, there's that link down at the bottom of my about page. It's free to do it, and go ahead and do that. Jody Higgins, you're a professional reader, and you would love it for your TF, and you could do this together if your TF. What is a TF, please? I know, I'm feeling the love too. What does Uranus in Scorpio mean? Well, planets travel around the solar system, right? And so there is a certain time frame that we have in Scorpio. So it's almost like a circle that's cut into a bunch of different pieces of the pie. And so Scorpio is say between here and here. As Uranus travels through here, it will how can I say, it will affect you in different ways. It will affect, if, I don't know, Ramses, if you're familiar with the 12 houses. So if you would Google the 12 houses, you'll see, you might hear them say Uranus is in Scorpio in the 12th house or something like that. So it's Uranus will, it's, how can I explain? Jupiter is the planet of gifts. You know that when Jupiter comes through Scorpio, those people that are Scorpio are going to be getting lots of gifts, like spiritual gifts, gifts of love, gifts of, people coming back to them from after a long period of time, that kind of thing. So it's the Uranus, when Uranus travels through your sign in the zodiac. I hope I said that right. How emotionally explosive is it to be Sun, Moon, Venus, Scorpio, and Cancer rising? Well, I wouldn't, yeah, you know what? I would say Giselle, I know someone who is a triple water sign, and it is really hard for him to go large places because he's very intuitive and very empathic, even though he won't admit it. He's very empathic, and he people stick to him, like their energies stick to him. So when you are someone who is water signs through and through, you're going to have a harder time when you're in the public eye, because it's energies, and energies are all going to stick to you. You're going to feel people's sadness and feel people's happiness. You're going to feel people's anxiety. And that happens to me sometimes. I'm not even a triple water sign. I have one water sign in my major. And when I go into a restaurant, I will come home, and that night I will go through a gamut of maybe crying, being sad, being happy. And I know those aren't my feelings. Um, I know those aren't my feelings. Those are someone else's feelings, because I'll be thinking, why am I sad today? No reason. No reason to be sad. It's just that I'm feeling somebody else's energy. Um, Take a look here. A lot of fixed signs are going to be heavily affected by Uranus next week. Yes. Have you felt the same? I am a fixed sign, and I would say yes, I feel it already. So fixed signs are Taurus, Scorpio, and I think there's four of them, but I couldn't tell you what all the other ones are. Um, I know that Taurus and Scorpio, pretty sure. I think there's three of them. Taurus, Scorpio, Aries, maybe? Aries. Yeah, I think that's it. Aries, Scorpio, and Taurus. Um, Leo and Aquarius. Okay. Um, what else do we have here? Absolutely. I'm originally from New Orleans and have a long ancestry of spiritual healers, and it's been a lifelong emotional journey. Giselle, that is so cool, because I often want to go visit New Orleans, because there is so much cool stuff there when it comes to, spirituality and witchcraft and all that stuff. And although I'm not prone to like witchcraft and all that kind of stuff, I really am into meeting other people who read different ways. who read different things in different ways. Some people do runes, some people do cards, some people do other things, right? Really get thrown off by new and full moon energy. Can't sleep mostly. Same with me, Jody. Yep. Christy Ketchum. Hello. Oh, twin flame. Yeah, doo-doo. That's right. Twin flame. Stubborn forever. Ah, that would be cool, Giselle. There's still 34 of us here. You guys are rocking it, man. Holy. I feel like I'm just sitting down eating and drinking coffee with my friends. Originally from Louisiana, and family is very spiritual. Then that's probably why you feel the need to help people and to do the things that are required of those who are empathic and spiritual. Virgo is mutable earth, right? Oh, did you guys see that across my shoulder? There's just another orb. I don't know if you saw it. Moved across my shoulder. Oh, sorry, it was this one. I just saw it go this way, actually. Yeah, it's really hard for a Libra to gain balance once they're thrown off balance, Jody. I agree. Oh, did you see it, Maria? Very cool, eh? And it always seems to be when I'm sitting here, I always have the same little orb go down my face and then go down my arm. Or it just kind of jets across this way. And I don't know who it is, but it doesn't feel bad. So I know that it's okay. I know that it's all right. And I have already saged today. So anything that's here is not bad. Has anyone else experienced a constant walk between 3 and 5 a.m., a constant waking between 3 and 5 a.m. every night since November? That's very common for someone who's very empathic, actually, Miss Moore. It is very common for someone who's empathic to wake up in those hours, the witching hours. Why I'm glad I'm a cusp with mutable sign, because I'm not as stubborn as I could be. Maybe that's an opinion, John. Yeah, I'm always turning over, looking at the clock around that time too, between 3 and 5. Dana Bear, I wish I knew. I wish I knew when you Scorpios were getting a break. It almost seems like it's never going to be. And if it does happen, it's temporary. Like slightly sweet Scorpio here. She'd been, looking for a relationship for a while, found this great guy, and then he had to move away. Like, what the heck? Yep, we are stubborn, Jody. Taurus. Yeah, I this year hasn't been great. Did you guys? It's just reminding me of a picture I saw come through Facebook. There's a picture of what's his name? Keith Richards, and he was standing in a group of people, and everyone had a mask on but him. It's about time we start worrying about how we're going to leave the state of the world for Keith Richards. Is it possible to look at an astrology chart and see when you and your love will come together? Yes, it is. I don't know how because I'm not an astrologer, but I can tell you that if you watch Sal Bedora, who is, he follows Eastern astrology, and what does he call it? Zodiac astrology. And there is an actual app that you can download that will do all your placements for you and tell you exactly what's going to happen day by day. No, it's not Synastry. It is Zodiac. I don't remember what it is. I don't remember what he called it. Sal. The app is great. Yeah, Tanya, it's really cool, isn't it? Um, Unreasonable Husky. I love that name. Oh my God. Some people just pick the best names. Sidereal Vedic is Indian astrology. There you go. Yeah, it's Sidereal Vedic, and that's what Sal uses. and I find it to be very accurate. In Zodiac, I am sidereal Vedic. I am actually an Aries, not a Taurus. So it's very cool. Yeah, go check it out. Sal always talks about it at the beginning of all of his videos. Yeah, he is such a cutie and so positive, and that's why I watch him. And I love that he makes lighthearted jokes, and some people get on him for that, but I just love that he makes lighthearted jokes and he's all silly. It's really great. Sal's channel is Eat, Love, Pray. Tomorrow's forecast. That's a good one too. Okay, you guys, we've been at this an hour and 21 minutes. If you want to stick around, I'm going to go in about 9 minutes. So we'll have been on here an hour and a half. I really got to lay down. I'm starting to not feel very good. And Sidereal Vedic, your Pisces. Oh, cool. It's usually like I think it moves to the sign that's prior to yours in the zodiac when it's Vedic. I think that's how it works out. Oh, sorry, the channel name is Eat, Pray, Love, Inc. Eat, Pray, Love, you'll find him. But he really is great, and that guy works. Like, you guys, I do readings for the first half of the month and the last half of the month. By the way, I still have 3 to do, but first half and last half of the month. Plus, I do um, sometimes I'll do special ones, like bonus ones at the end of the month, and that's grueling. It is quite grueling. This guy does dailies, weeklies, bi-weeklies, and monthlies. I don't know where he finds the time. Plus, he has a full-time job or a part-time job in construction or something. That's where he gets a nice tight body. Yes, Carrie, I'm going to do them more. I really need to do them once a month, and I've decided that I'm going to be giving away 2 1-hour readings each month. So I think we'll do these once a month at the end of every month. And so we can just sit and chit chat. Um, maybe we can do themes as well. Yeah, I hope I feel better too, John. Um, I hope this is just cold that I'm feeling, or maybe I don't know if it's cold or allergies, and that's what gives me the anxiety. I think it's allergies. Um, yes, you do get a daily workout, John. And us women, we appreciate it. We appreciate hard work. Yeah, I will have tea for sure. Herbal and steam, good idea. Chew on some ginger. I don't have any. I'd rather not risk my life to get any. Going to the store. Thanks, Shelby. It was nice to see you too. Thanks for coming. Thanks for dropping in. Hugs and prayers to you too. Yeah, Maria, it's sort of a weird time to have allergies, isn't it? Just because you just never know when it's a cold and when it's allergies, right? So I've been watching myself really close and reading all the stuff about um, the the how you feel when you have COVID as opposed to allergies. And I think they're saying that COVID is a dry cough and dry nose, and I'm very wet, like wet cough, wet nose. So I think that is I think that is um, yeah, I think that's the way we distinguish it. Kotso Rams, we always have room for a cute boy. What have you missed? You've missed quite a bit. Take some of the heat off of Ramses. We're just hanging out. We're just actually ready to log off in a couple of minutes here, but we're doing all kinds of spiritual talk here. Yeah, mine too. Um, Hand forged farm, mine too. Mine are just like like I can just as I'm looking at them, they're itchy, and I don't want to scratch them. I'm trying to keep my hands off my face, but it's really tough. Yeah, my ears are always itchy inside too. Yeah, John's cute too. And he's in construction. Slightly Sweet Scorpio is in Texas and she's looking for a date. So if y'all are close to there. Me too, Ramsey. Same, same. I'm scared to even sniffle or cough around anybody because I could get shot. Well, not in Canada, but you know what I mean? Hashtag not desperate. You're great. Very cool. We have the masks for that now. The thing is about the masks is they don't really protect really anything because it protects the other person that you're talking to, but it doesn't really protect you because if that person has it and they're not wearing a mask, you can get it through your eyes. So it's not really that much of a protection, but I mean, we're doing what we can do, right? It can get us if it needs to get us. I have a mask too, by the way, that I do use if I have to run into a grocery store, and I wear it because I don't know if I'm a carrier, and I just need to be able to feel like I have some sort of comfort. Hello, just saw the last half of your showing. I'm a Scorpio and I am one of your many visitors. Ruth, thank you for coming by. Thanks for sharing with all of us. Thank you for coming and sharing with us. Should invest in goggles, John. Yeah, I agree. You're welcome, Ramses. The last time we had a chat, it was great like this as well. We didn't just talk about tarot. We just talked about everything. We just got in a group to raise each other's spirits, and that's what we're here for, right? Just to make each other laugh. What's been moved? Tomorrow's forecast. What has been moved? Yeah, like it's like a ears, nose, eyes, mouth, right? So um, I think that that's what they were saying because you can get it through the eyes as well. If someone sneezes your way, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It's easy enough to get some sort of a spray in the eyes, right? I know, right, Shelby? It always turns out that way. That it ends up being silly. Someone ends up being hit on, and there you go. I know, Maria. Same thing. I have three other ladies that I hang around with usually, my besties, and we are dying because we can't be together. We're usually together at least once a week on a Sunday to watch 90 Day Fiance and have dinner or drink tea or whatever. And we haven't seen or hugged each other in over a month, and I'm dying. I am dying to see those ladies. I miss my besties. But this is the next best thing, right? Just chit chatting. Um, through FaceTime. And so we've all downloaded Zoom and now we're going to start Zooming each other. I think here in where I am in central Canada, I'm about 2 hours from the North Dakota border. And here I think we're going to start easing up on some of the lockdown procedures. We're going to start easing up on some of those a little bit and see how it goes. Because where I live, we have 262 cases confirmed now. We have had only 6 deaths, and right now we our numbers have stopped creeping up. So, oh, is there a house party app? House party app. You can video chat and play games together. Hey, that's cool. I'll have to try that. I played games on house party. It was fun. Cool. We'll have to do that. Oh gosh, New York. Good God, that's a shit show, isn't it? Um, yeah, it's been tough there for sure, longer than most. But it's just such a big place, right? How can it not get out of hand? Such a big place. Is it bad in Texas too? Yeah. Chat and fireball. That sounds great. I have a great big bottle of wine, big liter and a half or 2 liters of wine in my fridge, and I haven't even cracked it. It's been there for, I don't know, months, probably since Christmas. California is a bit of a mess too, although they're in a better position because the virus doesn't really last in hot environments, right? It's usually it dies really quickly in hot environments. So, oh, you're by Lake Ontario. Okay, oh, that's cool. That's good. Night, Danielle. Okay, you guys, I think I'm gonna head out. I need to lay down, have some tea, rest, just wrap in a blanket of some kind. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for visiting. Thank you for your support. Love you guys a lot. We'll do this again at the end of each month so I can give away a couple readings. And thanks for hanging in there. You have a great evening too. I will rest, Tanya. Thank you. Thanks to the cute boys who came out and let us look at you. Have a good night, you guys. Bye.